that was, they were still just empty husks in the end. That halberd's not half as scary without its owner to swing it around.
And without its mistress, the angelic doll was little more than a puppet. Regardless, it is a relief that we were able to subdue them.
I heard a bit about how you guys handled those overseers from the gardens. You even managed to save Arioke and Olympia from being freaks of nature forever. That's a pretty big deal.
It might have turned out like that, but it's not.
That I clean up after their messes.
I've read the reports. You refer to your affiliation with one of the predecessors of the Gardens, correct?
That's acting on a pretty noble whim for someone from the same haunts as the Oathbreaker.
Now, don't give me that. Was it not you who said I wasn't as bad as Arwood back at Longport?
That ain't exactly a high bar to reach. I'll admit, though, your help came in handy this time.
As a bracer, my stand. But only a Spriggan could facilitate such a wide scope of collaboration.
Then, if I may complicate things a touch further, might you be amenable to one more deal between us? I would be ever so grateful if you could allow me to take custody of those artifacts in lieu of the Groll's return.
Say what?
You wish for us to relinquish them?
This is but a single loose end. For my part, I wish to hold a memorial service in their honor. Perhaps I could help you forge a path inside by way of compensation?
You mean with that translocation trick?
Just like back in the Great Spire.
Retzi's Duskglaives certainly could create an entrance into the enemy's territory. And swearing to the Grand Master is the highest vow a member of the Society can give. We can trust her.
Common sense tells us that recovering artifacts...
They're reluctant to deceive Dominions. But right now, protecting the people from the corrosion comes first.
It seems we have an accord. Shall we begin then? But I should mention, the best I can do is cut open a rift. Crossing it would be a separate matter. Now, without further ado, be a dear and lend me a hand, would you, Shizuna?
Sure. I think I got the gist of it after watching you the first cat.
Why, that was marvelous, darling. Perhaps in time, you will be able to do this all on your own.
Wow. Who knew making holes in space was something you can learn by example?
It isn't. At least, not under normal circumstances.
Sky's the limit with these chicks, huh?
With that, I leave the rest to you. I look forward to seeing how you plan to prune away the garden that man has grafted together.
You can skip the good luck speech. One more garden's nothing after all we've been through. It's like this. I'm taking us back. End of story.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now let's roll.
Garden
That hits
Master.
the spot.
It's all right there in the name.
Indeed. I don't know exactly how he did it, but it all must have been for the sake of his plan.
Wait. Is that why he put me and S through all that? Oh, that guy is so gonna pay. I suggest physical attacks for now. I'm on it! There! We can win treason now! Don't forget! Engaging sharp strike! Watch here!
Sucker!
I do hope everyone is well.
Next one! The help was much appreciated. Victory's in reach!
Enemy suppressed. Let us proceed ahead.
Choke on this!
Honor 6.
That matter.
An ambush? When did he get behind us?
It reminds me of Joshua back in the old days.
Freaking hell. You were striking to kill, weren't you?
Obviously. Right now, I'm the Three of Swords. As the Ace of Swords partner, it's my duty to remove any unwanted pests.
Us?
You surprised me, Nadia. The way you showed up on that last day. To be honest, I didn't think you had the nerve. Not enough to follow my lead joining Ace, or to come and stop me yourself.
I learned the bulk of your backstories when we joined forces 2 years ago. So I know how much guilt you feel over your former partner. Is that where the corrosion slipped through?
Not quite. This is something I chose for myself. It happened the moment he came into contact with me during our first night at Nemeth. It was late, and I couldn't sleep. So I left the villa and went for a walk on the beach without telling Nadia. Then all of a sudden, Lapis... No, Altera appeared right in me. She took off, and I gave chase, eventually leading me right to him. He'd already been on the island, waiting to pull me back into his ranks. There was no way he could be alive. As his killer, I knew that better than anyone. But then, he showed me his face. And the more we talked, the more of Ace I saw in him. No amount of logic or reason could get me to shake the notion that it really was him. I missed how it felt having him to depend on. That's why I made the decision to join him. To stand at his side to the bitter end. To see his ambitions through, no matter what they might be. The second I thought this, something crimson filled me, and all my memories of that night were sealed. They stayed dormant until the very next day, when the perfect moment came to betray you.
Swin.
So he was on the island from day one, huh? It's almost obvious in hindsight, considering he was in cahoots with the Oathbreaker at the time.
Beyond that, your memories were closed off. It had been troubling me how there were no signs beforehand.
You were planted as part of a subtle gambit to snatch the pieces of the 8th Genesis away from us.
Also, the Garden Master could fulfill his ambitions.
Don't you realize how much grief you've been putting Nadia through?
Of course I do. But as long as he continues to be Ace, I won't act any differently. That's the one and only way I can atone for what I've done.
Corrosion is powering him up. But wait!
It's stronger than anything we've gone against so far!
Accepting the corrosion of his own volition has allowed him to bring out its full potential.
He appears to be staunchly committed to this. And unlike before, there's no contradictions to pick apart. It won't be so easy to get through to him.
Don't worry, Aggie. None of this changes the plan one bit. I'm bringing S back, period. If that means having to fight him, then fine. Anything for the best partner a girl could ask for. So back me up, everybody. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Nadia. Okay then. I'm with you.
We're all with you! To the end! You'll always have me in your corner. What sort of upperclassman would I be otherwise?
If you have something to prove, Swin, then let's see it. This ain't just about atonement anymore. Your current partner's got you on the brain. Show us you can look at her with your head held high!
Fine. Take down Nadia. And everyone else you've got! Watch out! You're up.
Now it's my turn. Let's see how you like me when I get serious. Now close your eyes. Grand Renee!
Activating skill.
Twilight Kiss! Come on, time for a beatdown.
Understood.
You're done!
Activating shield.
Pull in!
A chance!
Initializing drive.
Got you!
Activating skill.
Here's my chance. Full boost.
Activating skill.
Let's finish this now.
Roger! It's
Final
over!
heaven.
You're crushed! Chance! Steve.
Yeah! Reset! Sweep 'em! It's go time! Ready to roll!
Activating skill.
You're not getting away! Forget it!
This is getting dangerous.
Boost gauge limit increased.
Full boost.
Activating skill.
There we go. Mr. Archive.
Activating shield.
Now or never! Valiant! Larceny!
Skill. Boost gauge limit raised.
No, I won't give up.
I won't stop here.
Nice. Moving on up.
Pretty impressive, Nadia. Your needle arm's steady, and your threads aren't wavering a bit. Looks like you've finally gotten over things enough to treat me like an enemy.
I couldn't get over you if I tried. But I'm still gonna fight like I mean it. Anything to bring you back to me! And then, once I do, we can laugh about it together. And welcome LP home with a smile. Nadia.
Punk-ass bastard! Wake the hell up already! Or are you just gonna leave your partner a sniveling wreck forever?
What he said! There's no reason for us to keep
Talk all you want. It won't change my convictions.
He's gone.
A tactical withdraw,
Only a temporary one, if I had to guess.
Yeah, but he won't be catching up to us anytime soon from down there. Holding up okay, Nadia?
You think he would have grown out of the whole making the girl you like cry phase by now?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's keep going. Maybe we can fix S by taking out the source.
Nadia!
That stands to reason, seeing as our
All this. Put a stop to them, and Swin should return to normal.
In that case, we should continue on without delay.
If we screw around too long, Ashen's corrosion might start up again.
Since Swin's here, that means the Garden Master's probably roosting nearby. Stay sharp, guys. Let's close things out with a bang.
That kid sure knows how to put up a fight. Can't say I'm a fan of him when he's not on our side.
Take that back!
That hits
You
the
should be a
spot.
fan of S no matter what side he's on, because he's so strong and cool.
I can tell she's trying to put on a brave face. I'm glad she's trying to press on.
Huh. Eat this!
Don't forget about your target,
There's two more!
Victory's in reach!
Good work, guys.
Careful! I sense an incredible aura.
Next one! Victory's in reach! There! I'll take it from here! There!
I'm sensing a powerful force coming from up ahead.
The root of all this evil is waiting just beyond here. It's time we dealt with the Garden Master.
He's...
Well, isn't this a surprise? You've clambered inside before the corrosion could even begin. No doubt it was your 3 days of fruitless, ungainly struggles that led you here. Perhaps a round of applause is in order.
Took long enough for you to show.
There's the 8th Genesis, and that man in the coat. Otherwise known as the beast clad in crimson armor.
So this is where you've been carrying out the corrosions from.
That's nice of you and your friends to join us, Spriggan.
He really is different from before.
Obstinate mules. Not one steps up and trudged all this way. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. That's just how important you and S are to me. You should know what a greedy girl I am. I won't stop for a second until I've got you all to myself. Just hang tight. You'll be home free before you know it. Then you won't have to let this freak boss you around anymore.
Oh, come now, Nadia. No fuss to spare for your brother. And after all it took to reunite us, you were everything to me.
Haven't you tried to get into her head enough? And not just her. Your corrosion has brought harm to so many others, forcing them into committing crimes they never would have considered. My great-grandfather...
Oh, sure. As if you've been such a goddamn saint.
We'd been wondering for some time now. What was it that led you to incite these incidents?
Each and every one was its own self-contained case rooted in people's personal affairs. How would that link back to your ultimate plan, logically speaking?
Here's a theory. The coup that took place on the third day.
Rather than simply targeting emotional vulnerabilities, as had been done until then, you relied on cheap tricks to induce widespread corrosion.
Once we'd gotten 4 of the Genesees back, keeping up appearances was the last thing on your mind. Thanks to that, we managed to edge our way closer to the truth hiding behind your smarmy little smirks.
To call it hidden is rather an overstatement. Ignorant fools such...
Noble cause?
I remember you touching on that a bit. Something about rewriting Calvard's broken history, right?
Sounds like the ravings of a lunatic to me.
I can hardly expect you to comprehend. For the past 100 years, this country's poor, beloved citizens have been forced to tread a history steeped in falsehoods. But soon, I will shatter this illusion and guide the way. Those who stand in the way of my hegemony will meet a pitiless end. The time has come. Fulfill your purpose! Let the howl of the Crimson Beast herald the beginning of a new dawn!
Shard corrode! The Grendel's online!
Get ready to kick some ass, guys!
This is our chance to put an end to the corrosion, here and now! He's gonna pay for making a bootleg of my brother! And then, we're taking you back, LP!
Deploying shards! The dawning of a new world is upon us!
Now fight!
Stop!
Initializing drive.
Really?
It will take more than that to defeat.
Mana, gather upon me.
Here goes!
Initiating drive! Really?
Contumelious little...
My turn now. Now's a great time for a shard. Gather upon me.
Release! Here goes!
Initializing drive.
You saved me! I'll take you on!
Initializing drive.
Chance!
Get
counting on you, Shizuna!
Time to push through! Huh. Let's go, Anya! It'll fire me up! Focus unleashed. Mana, gather upon me. Daika activate! Release!
You dare interfere with my destiny?
Now we're talking! Here it comes! There! Silver wins! Make it count, Van! Forget it! I'll take you on! I'll give it my all! Activating drive!
Here goes!
Keep it up, it's working!
Get on your all! Count, Van!
Not getting away! Blast off!
But you weren't invited! Elaine, if you would! Engaging skill!
Leaving this one to you,
I'll be
Elaine.
quick!
An ineffectual endeavor.
Nadia! That's it?
Sweep them up, maid lady!
Reset! Prepare yourself! I'll remember this. Engaging skill. Now! It's time. Ren, if you would. But you weren't invited. There's still much I have yet to learn. I will always strive to better myself.
I'm just gonna keep growing and growing!
Oh, I could do better.
Was that a rewind?
A highly localized one, too. And to make things worse, it's enhancing them even further.
Genesis and that fairy from empowering him.
But to do that, we'll have to force our way through the Crimson Beast and the Vanguard.
This is quite a predicament.
Hey, Brendel Zolga. I'm gonna ask again. Just who the hell are you? I let that bastard call the shots when you're the one who holds all the...
How pointless. That thing is no one worth mentioning. I merely chanced upon it when I...
And I can still feel some level of sympathy for him. The better question is, who are you, Garden Master? Ace and I were separated when I was only 9. Until you showed your face, I never connected the dots. And that's despite me being his actual sister. Despite us being so torn that he let himself get corroded. But it turns out my gut was right. There's no way you could ever be my brother, and you can bet your
What mockery is this?
You spew out words that make you sound big, but anyone can tell how small you really are.
It's true. I don't think you have what it takes to lead anyone.
The overseers of the gardens, the mafia, the society, all of them had actual substance at least.
In comparison, your ways are twisted and warped.
And most importantly, I can't imagine
actually care all that much about who you really are. But for your information, my brother did everything he could for me and S until his very last breath. So why don't you drop the act and impersonate someone more your speed next time? You shallow, half-baked hack!
Blasted girl! You dare ridicule me?
Yeah.
You son of a... I had intended to spare you out of consideration for my pawn, but no longer. You will leave this world as a sacrifice of the true revolution!
Stop!
Die.
Gotcha! Help me! Unhand me, foolish girl!
Let's go!
the 8th Genesis. And now it's all ours! Splendid work.
You finally arrived at the truth.
Curse you, Swin Abel! How did you dispel the corrosion that you voluntarily received?
Me how it works.
No, it can't be.
The corrosion you allowed into yourself is akin to a contract. Once a discrepancy in the terms agreed upon crosses a certain threshold, the shackles that bind you will be released.
I was to accept and obey for as long as you continued to be Ace. So I did help from outside too.
Think of it as a bit of meddling from a distant auntie. This should grease the wheels a touch. Now, give him what for, won't you, darlings?
She helped?
That woman always did have an odd sense of duty.
Nadia, I can't tell you how sorry I am. Putting you in danger awful enough. But I went a step further and hurt you myself.
I always knew you were in there somewhere, S. That look in your eyes never changed. It's the same one you had when you said you'd never leave me.
It was risky. I was banking on breaking out of the corrosion and leaving him vulnerable. I know it was selfish of me, but I figured if anyone would understand.
How could I not, silly? You and me aren't a perfect pair for nothing.
Nadia.
This warmth. Why do these two feel so familiar?
They're finally back together.
It only took, what, 4 or 5 times?
We're happy for you both.
Yeah. Now on to our last bit of business.
Wretches, all of you!
So much for that high and mighty attitude.
About the incidents that have happened thus far.
Once again am I stripped of everything and cast away. History truly does repeat itself. But I won't be belittled by you ignorant masses!
What now?
That I am! Even without the Genesis, authority over this domain belongs to me! I'm past the need for peons. The true revolution will be carried out with my own two hands! Yes, that's it! Next time will be the one! My ideals shall spread not just throughout the Republic, but to every corner of the continent!
What are you babbling on about?
Interesting.
Not to interrupt.
Only up to this point. Ah, this place brings back so many memories.
Nostalgia? For the island?
Yes, but it likely goes even deeper than that. Consider how often he's talked about correcting history, or this true revolution of his.
Then there's his connection to the DG cult, as well as his emphatic dissent against the current republic.
To my knowledge,
Them. I don't have any evidence to prove this, so it may be too far of a leap in logic. But if I had to guess at your identity, one person sticks out the man who supported Sheena Dirk during the Democratic Revolution 100 years ago. A gifted thinker who ran amok, creating a reign of terror before being put to death. Auguste Alden. That's who you really are, isn't it?
To think the day would come when someone of this era would refer to me by that name.
As you say, I am Auguste Alden. 100 years ago, I hoisted my ideals high and rose up alongside Sheena Dirk and her cohorts.
What?
It's like what happened to Gerard Dantes.
Or the Emperor a few years back in...
Sounds. You admit it, right? You're the same Auguste Alden from a century ago. The Revolution's resident philosopher.
Yes, although I made no particular effort to hide it. I simply wished to avoid any undue confusion. Moreover, my name has long been besmirched as that of the mad philosopher who betrayed the mother of the revolution. Weighted by our monarchy. After a fiercely fought battle, we won our freedom. Every one of us rejoiced, drunk off the prospect of a new age. But this jubilation was short-lived. In the wake of the revolution, it soon became clear that my ideology differed from that of my former compatriots. My disquiet over the report, zeal intact, by an artifact under the possession of the then active cult. For the next century, I continued to leech off of them, undetected, and observe the world from the shadows. After the destruction of the cult 11 years ago, I was transferred to my new host, the Gardens. Upon their annihilation, she had received from Almada's leader and stored connected to the network. With it, I pilfered the continent's leading AI and developed an altered high-performance holo, as well as the beast clad in crimson armor. Every part was in service of correcting Sheena's self-righteous revolution, of repainting history as it ought to have been.
My prosthetics were also fashioned after simulacra. So even the Gardens was researching them.
It was Melchior. He made an aged-up clone of Ace all on a whim.
As if his sense of humor wasn't sick enough. Not that stealing Lapis and creating that Crimson Beast is any better.
Then came the incidents that arose throughout Calvard, due in part to the Oathbreaker's aid.
It was you then! You were the one behind them all!
Indeed I so will grant me a foothold from which I can rewind the Republic and all of Zemuria by 100 years. Aramis, Olga, Sheena, gaze down upon me from Aetios' kingdom. Watch as I actualize the ideals you shut your ears to. The unshakable republic that should have been. In correcting the course of this shall engulf this malformed narrative you have spun.
He's finally shown his true colors. Now you can see your enemy for what he really is.
Yeah, we're basically up against the dark side of Calvard's history. But so what?
All you do is ramble over what happened a century ago. Ever hear about leaving the past in the past?
Same goes for us. You hurt so many and trampled all over their pride.
Despicable acts like yours are something no Grimcat could ever let slide.
Managing this crisis is my duty to Marduk. And above all, as a member of Arkwright Solutions.
So you're a ghost. Tough shit. That doesn't put you above your just desserts.
Exercising a century's worth of spite? Sounds like a rip-roar ass to me.
Everywhere I go, the cult's traces follow. But I'm through running away.
In order to preserve the present we've seized for ourselves, I'll crush the past as many times as it takes!
And I refuse to let the Genesis bring any more grief and disaster to others. We'll stop you, no matter what!
Losing isn't an option. Hold nothing back, everyone! No exceptions!
But of course, you have my full support!
Mighty Dawn has no further need of you. Now vanish into the annals of obscurity!
Get him good, Van!
You bet. Let's do it, guys! This jackass has had things go his way for too damn long. So now, we're gonna even the score in one go! Right!
At last, a new dawn is on the horizon!
Cobalt Curse activate!
Not so fast! It's our turn now!
Vanish into the shadows of history!
I'll let you dance!
Here comes it!
We'll win! Now's a great time for a shard boost. Engaging skill. Oh, radiant wings! Knights of Asteria! Here's my chance.
Activating if you please. That? It's our turn now! I don't like this, man!
Here it comes! Radiant! Sunray!
Boost inhibitor removed!
This ends now. Engaging skill.
Light! Put the gun!
Can't be happening!
That's how it goes.
Stats upgraded.
I'll get stronger.
A natural result.
I only wished to see the dawn alongside you all.
The Garden's vast data and resource stores are flowing in en masse.
Find something to hang on to! Lapis!
No!
Huh? No way!
Ace. Is that you?
Yeah. Thanks to you guys, all of the things that made me the person I am were set free. It's been too long. Swin, Nadia.
Ace!
Both myself and this place are being sustained by a portion of the resources the Garden Master absorbed. So at best, this is only a temporary.
Nobody asked you to split hairs about it! I missed you so much, Ace! I thought I'd never see you again!
You sure have grown, Nadia. I'm so sorry I never made it back all that time ago. Who would have guessed I'd get a second chance like this?
I never got to apologize to you. There had to have been another way. I should have tried harder to find it.
It's all right. Swin, I wanted you to live on. How else would you have saved Nadia? Or lit the first spark that toppled the gardens? I knew my eyes didn't fail me. You really were the best partner a guy could ask for. I won't have to worry anymore. You've made a lot of great friends, both in Crossbell and in Calvert.
OP!
She's okay. Thank goodness.
So long, you two. Whatever comes next, I know you'll make it through just fine. Like always. Promise me that you'll take good care of your little...
Swin, rise and shine.
Where?
You're finally awake.
Honestly, always making us fret.
We were afraid that we'd lost you. Are you hurt anywhere?
As long as they made it, then no harm, no foul.
The important part is that you're okay.
Something wrong?
Just a dream. I think.
Actually, that was as real can get.
Did she just go into Nadia's Zypha?
She appears to have been stored as a hollow.
Just give her a chance to recharge for a while. Her alterations have all been reverted, so you can rest easy for now. She'll be up and about again in no time. This place should collapse soon, so I'll see you later. Oh, and tell her I said hi.
Mare!
Gone already. I guess she's earned a break.
Not to brag, but my brother really came through for us.
Yeah. He had our backs from start to finish. Goodbye, Ace.
Never felt so good.
Indeed. The garden's stolen resources should be in their rightful place now.
Does that mean it's finally over?
Yes. It has to be. Aside from a few lingering mysteries, that is.
Right.
Me. The triple threats are reunited at last.
Nadia, you're probably sick of me asking for forgiveness, but I hope you'll let me stay by your side again. Not to atone for anything, but because I choose to be there.
Really? Well, that's exactly where I want you. Welcome back. Yes.
It's good to be back.
Well, we've still got a hectic 3 days ahead of us. But hey, now that you've finally got all your great-granddad's mementos in one place...
About that.
What the...
Though I was kinda surprised Asha remembered the time she made that proclamation to Sao. She even did it all over again.
Someday I'll pull off something you'll never see coming. Then you won't even be able to think about brushing me off.
She has way more spunk than I gave her credit for. I guess she isn't just a little kid with a schoolgirl crush anymore. Maybe she's finally ready to face her feelings now that she's coming into her own.
Yes, she and everyone truly brings me great joy, although I do feel a gnawing sense of remorse as well, seeing as how I brought misery to so many.
Hey, don't feel bad. You weren't half as bad as me.
Seriously? This again? Quit playing the self-blame game already.
I, too, caused you all no end of trouble on Nemeth Island, but with the powers of the Rewind, and through our own efforts, we overcame that and the many crises that followed. That goes for Swin, because we were determined to persevere.
Yeah, you said it, cutie.
I didn't do anything worthy of praise, unlike Nadia. Actually, scratch that. I shouldn't be throwing myself a pity party. Thank you for the compliment.
Glad you realized that on your own. Remember, we wouldn't have been able to take down a Goose if it weren't for you. You took a risk so that you could protect what was important to you. If you ask me, that's sure as hell worthy of praise.
Van.
Yeah, don't be a stubborn ox, or you'll end up a grumpy, crotchety old fart like our boss man. And that's a fate worse than death.
I'll show you a fate worse than death, you damn brat. And for the last goddamn time, 25 isn't old!
Some things never change.
Back to business as usual.
No kidding. Once on.
Throughout all of our examinations, they haven't reacted even once. I don't think they're running in low-power mode. There isn't anything wrong with the internal circuitry, but the fact remains that they seem to be completely non-functional.
Up until now, the cores have always given off a faint glow. But even those have gone out.
There's a passage in Professor Epstein's memoirs that comes to mind. He wrote,
Happened yet.
Maybe his prediction was about all the stuff we just went through.
That's plausible, especially when you consider what the Garden Master was trying to do.
He wasn't just setting his sights on Calvard. He put the fate of the entire world on the line.
He warned us that the world might end, and we stopped that. So, that means we're good now, right?
It may be that the devices were programmed to deactivate once that goal was achieved.
I'm afraid only C. Epstein himself would know the answer to that.
Themselves with joy right now.
Yes, I really hope so. Well, now that we've gathered all the Genesis, I think my request is finally complete. Thank you for everything, Van. And same to everyone else. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you.
Miss Claudel.
I'm so happy for you, Agnes. You finally got your wish.
It was a long road to get here, but we can finally call this case closed.
I know me and S were only here for the tail end, but I, for one, had so much fun helping you, Aggie.
I think everyone deserves a pat on the back.
Too bad you don't have a free excuse to drop by the office anymore. What you gonna do, Agnes? You ready to hang up your hat and give up the part-timer life?
Huh? Well...
Typical Aaron.
I suppose that's not really Agnes's...
Admit it, but I could still use an extra hand or 10 around here. At least until I can bring in some new blood. Besides, you still haven't fulfilled your end of the bargain. Remember our agreement?
Oh!
Unless you decide to give up altogether. I'll pitch in however I can from here on out. In exchange, you can share any info you got on the Genesis, or anything those diaries say. How's that sound? There's still a lot that we don't fully understand.
You're right. There's still a lot of mysteries left to solve, which means that for the time being, we're stuck with each other. Part-time job and all.
Yeah. Glad to keep you on the team.
I suppose that takes care of that.
Her smile alone makes her a fierce competitor. Don't worry, though. I'm still rooting for both of you.
That is quite enough of that. Still, I'm glad it all worked out.
That right.
Aw, but him overthinking everything's part of his charm.
Y'all suck at whispering, you know that? And when the hell do you get in here?
You're no fun. We're pals, aren't we?
I thought going through near-death experiences together would bring us closer. Oh yeah, you said you're hiring assistants, right? I think I might be just the right girl for the...
Oh, hell no! Application denied!
Well, aside from the Divine Blade's flights of whimsy, everything's finally calmed down now. I think we can set off without any regrets.
Oh, right. You were planning to leave soon, weren't you?
You would certainly be welcome to stay longer if you so wished.
Trust me, I'd really love to. You did help us get LP back safe and sound after all, but we really need to go and find our old picnicking front leader.
Oh, right!
He's been keeping tabs on him. Might be hard to work around Renee, but I don't mind joining in on the search. Just put out a 4 SPG, and I'm on the case. I do kinda owe you big time. And I bet that guy's one hell of a good tipper.
Actually, I think we're the ones who owe you. He left us a hint, so I think we should be fine on our own. We ought to get together sometime when we're not all busy.
There's no way we're gonna bounce before the festival, though. We'll stick around the next few days for that.
Good. You worked your butts off with the...
I did a few things myself as well, so... yeah, I guess I am a little excited.
Couldn't hurt to see how much those kids took my coaching to heart.
Good morning, Van!
Oh, there you are.
Morning, Agnes. Oh, wow. Everyone's here already. Well, good morning to you all, too.
Yeah, everyone's excitement for this thing might be a little contagious.
I take it you were able to finish everything in time?